Hey, welcome to the channel. We're in the process here of trying to spin things up, so we're creating a number of new videos to get our channel started. And our first one here is focused on installing our new mud flaps. After doing a whole lot of research, I decided to go with RPM Tesla. They seem to get a lot of good reviews based on the research that I was doing. And when I was comparing it to some of the other options, I didn't necessarily want to spend a fortune on them. RPM Teslas seem to stand out based on the cost, the ease of installation, and the protection that they offer. I was really surprised at the number of aftermarket accessories that RPM Tesla has on their website. They pretty much have everything that you can think of if you want to customize your vehicle. Once we placed the order, it took about 5 days to get the mud flaps delivered to us. So in the box, you get 4 mud flaps, 2 for the front, 2 for the rear. And it's kind of nice because they label front right, front left, rear right, rear left. So there's no confusion as to where these need to be installed. You also get 8 new plastic rivets, which are used to attach the mud flaps. And they'll actually replace the rivets that Tesla installed in the wheel well. The RPM Tesla rivets are a bit longer than the Tesla ones that you'll end up removing. And they need to be a little bit longer because of the width of the mud flap that's being installed. They also give you 2 spares if you need them, in case you ruin one of them. They went on very easy once I figured some things out. So I did not need the 2 spares. Now, if you're looking for instructions in the box, you won't get them. You'll have to rely on YouTube videos like this or another source. So the install itself was pretty straightforward. You simply pop out the existing rivets, align the new mud flap using the tab at the top of the mud flap to clip it into the frame, align the mud flap to the holes, the rivet holes, insert the new rivets, push them in until it clicks to secure the mud flap. So there's not a lot of room between the tire and wheel well. So what I found was helpful for me was to turn the wheel towards you. That buys you a little bit of room so you can get into the wheel well and attach the new mud flap. Now, pushing the new rivets in wasn't as straightforward as what I was hoping. When you're attaching the new rivets, be sure you're pushing the entire rivet in so it sits flush to the mud flap and it's as far into the hole as possible. Once you have that done, then you can push the inner pin of the rivet in with your thumb until you hear it click. Doing that worked for me in about half the cases. The other half, I needed to use the flat edge of my screwdriver to give me a little bit of leverage to push that middle pin in until I heard it click. So the front 2 mud flaps have 2 rivets, 2 on each, that will secure the mud flap. The rear mud flap will only have 1 rivet. There's also a 10mm bolt that is under the frame of the vehicle, right behind the wheel well. So you'll have to remove that bolt, and using a ratchet wrench will make things a lot easier for you. You'll unscrew that bolt, pull it out, align the rear mud flap, attach the rivet, and then attach the 10mm bolt. All in all, once I finally got things figured out after doing the first one, it took me about 5 minutes per wheel well. So it wasn't that difficult once I figured out the secret to the rivets. Just remember, when dealing with these rivets, pull the inner pin out and then pop the full rivet out. And you'll find it helpful if you use a smaller screwdriver to kind of pry that inner pin out a little bit. And then you can use a larger flathead screwdriver to pop the old rivet out. It's really not that difficult. It's a lot easier taking them out than putting the new rivets in. So how do things turn out? I really liked how they look. You've got the black mud flap, which I think goes really well with the white vehicle. You can also buy a white mud flap if you'd prefer white on white. And I feel like these mud flaps should protect the paint on the lower trim. Hopefully you found this helpful. Feel free to like, subscribe to the channel. We're just trying to get things kicked off here, so it would be really helpful if you could do that for us. See ya.